I always wanted to do that. Action, let's document it. Is this one on? Why I do this is simply because it was given to me. I was told to do this. And for that simple fact, I know it's going to make a difference. So when I was 16 years old, my mom sat me down and she asked me what I wanted to do. I told her, I don't know, because I'm 16. And so she started talking to me about things that I like to do, things that I was interested in. And she came up with a list of like careers that I could look up. And so, you know, back when you got the desktop, a whole center, a whole business center in your bonus room or something like that, living room, something like that. So I sat down and I looked everything up, and then I came across speech pathology. And I really enjoyed how they connected people to their world through communication. Went to school for it, went to Western Carolina University, then for undergrad, and then I went to South Carolina State University for graduate school. And after that, I worked at a thriving, like growing private practice that was led by a younger woman who actually graduated from South Carolina State as well. I knew before I started working for her that I wanted to have my own business, but when I started working for her, that's when the fire came. I was like, I can do this.
Casey is not one to be like, oh, you can do it, I can do it, you know? But once she worked for this individual and was really seeing how it was working, she said, I'm gonna do this.
I went back into the schools. I spent my CF year there. I went back into the schools because I wanted regular money, amen? Because it was a fee-for-service type of thing. So I wanted regular money, got into the school district, and that's really where the light bulb actually went off, because when I got into the schools and I was met with my caseload, it was a lot of kids on top of tons of referrals of kids coming down the pipeline needing speech. And I thought to myself, ain't no way. There can't be, like this can't be actually, while these kids need speech, what happened? Because I worked in early intervention at that clinic. And so I'm like, there's so much we can do before kids get to school age. What's going on? Why don't parents and caregivers know these things? I would sit in IEP meetings. I would talk to them. I would end up arriving early just to ask some questions, because I'm like engaged in conversation with caregivers, because I was just very, very curious as to how we got here. And what was revealed to me in those conversations was simply, I did not know. I thought, I suspected, I didn't know what to do. I thought they would grow out of it, you know, all of these other things. And so that's when the light bulb went off for me. And I said, I want a business that specializes in teaching parents and caregivers how to support their child's communication skills at home.
And when she said, I'm gonna do this, then all of a sudden, she's up late, she's sketching out things, she's just like manufacturing what she said she can do. And along with that, she's sending pictures to my mom and I of her peace signing in the office of like a school building. And she's not working for herself at this time. She's working for the school. And she's just like, I'm about to be out here. I'm about to be out. And just pictures of her leaving, the countdown of her leaving. But leaving to go where? Where are you going, girl? Where are you going, girl?
I would go in the front office a lot, and I would talk to the secretary, like the front desk lady, and I would be like, look at this, we should do this and this and this and this. I would have all these ideas, and she would look at me and be like, you're gonna be a great businesswoman one day. And I was like, thank you. So I always knew I wanted to have a business. I just, like anything else, never knew what it actually feels like when you get there. Amen. Amen. But we still here to this day. Amen. Amen. Today is literally one of those days where I just don't want to be a business owner. I am so tired. I'm tired. I am trying not to be stressed, but I'm stressed about the fact that I'm trying not to be stressed. It's just a lot. It just gets to be a lot. And I think being the bottleneck is just really, it's never been more apparent than it is now. If I ever needed clarity that I was in the way of the business because of the position that I'm playing, it's been clear as day that it's you, girl. You cannot be working in the weeds as much as you are and trying to grow the business and trying to manage the business, like literally doing 3 different things. Working in it, managing it, and growing it, trying to grow it, all at the same time. It's what I'm thinking about in like a hiring strategy. Not like hiring strategy. Like I have one. Is it good? You know? Will it work? Will it work? Will it work?
You could have a work-life balance that, is all work, no life, and you got to hire a lot of people, right? So
yeah,
that's going to be a lot of your focus is hiring people, getting those people trained and, in your processes and your way you do things as opposed to maybe the way they did it at another company.
Yeah. Okay. Then that makes sense. That's what I was kind of focused on. That's what I was thinking that the next couple of months should be, is simply hiring a coordinator, operations, person, that then, that gives me the time to kind of make the systems to everything. And then I can, integrate somebody into that so that they can do that. Start doing that. And then by the fall, I can be managing, I pray.
What my vision is I always think about future-proofing the organization. Like, what does this look out without Casey? This Teach Speech, while it was birthed from Casey, is not Casey. Teach Speech is an organization that honestly, I think it can be like worldwide and infiltrated into everything.
We're making an impact in a very intentional but broad way. It's growth by intentionality. It's thought, it's prayer, it's a lot behind it. And if I'm going to be a speech therapist, I don't want to be average. I mean, that sounds crazy, but I don't want to just give speech therapy. I want to give speech therapy in the best possible way with the best intentions, without any reins over how I do it. I want the family involved. I want quality therapists who know what they're talking about. I want to create the place that I've always wanted to work. Simply, I want to work here because it's great to work here, because we laugh and we do good work and we are experts and we communicate and we go home and we shut the laptop and we do all of those things. We celebrate when we want to and all of those things, but it's a good, feel good place to be internally. And then externally, it's a place you can come and you can trust us, because we have the best interests for your family, not just your child. Yeah. That's nice. That's right. That's nice. I'm just more obsessed with the idea of something else to make you never leave. I just want you to stay for life, and not a 360 deal or nothing, but more so I'm just more obsessed with the idea of retention, than anything else, because that really does say a lot more. Okay, this is ABC 123 speech therapy over here, and this is Teach Speech. Why would a family Why would a therapist want to work here versus there? You're going to get speech therapy anyway. You're going to get a check anyway. What really matters to me is the people around me who this is impacting, who's actually the workers who are carrying out the mission. They feel good and supported, and
Welcome to the Lunch and Learn.
this is a place that they want to stay. I'm just hoping that God sends the people. I need him to send them. And I've been praying and just asking the Lord to like be with us in everything that like we're trying to do, and like all of the plans that we have, like, you know, just wanting to be in step with the Lord, not get too carried away, because I do that too. Trying to do all of that, and I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from trying to make sure I'm not doing too much, but I'm doing too much.